If you're the kind of person who is intimidated by the thought of using Lightroom or Photoshop, or maybe you're just always shooting and editing with your phone, then I have the solution for you. You can actually use an app called Snapseed to edit your photos and have pretty much the same control that you have on your computer when using Lightroom or Photoshop. So I'll quickly take you through of how I can edit one of the photos that I took with my iPhone using Snapseed. You just open the app Snapseed, you tap anywhere, and then you can select open from device. And you can just go to your camera roll, and we're gonna pick this photo to show you how it was edited. If you hit on the I button, basically the I button is where it gives you the information on this photo. It was shot on August 2nd, the date, the name, and how it was shot. These are pretty much similar as to the filters. I'm gonna hit tools and go to tune image, which is basically a basic edit. If you slide up and down with your finger, you're basically changing those between those tools. If you're sliding within the brightness, if you slide to the left or to the right and to the left, then you're increasing and decreasing the brightness. Kind of like where it is right now with just making it slightly brighter. And then again, go to maybe increase or decrease the contrast. It really depends on your preference. Maybe you want to just give it a bit of an oomph and saturate a little bit the ambience or the shadows. Maybe just take away a little bit from the shadows. Once you're okay with the changes, you can see the before and after. And once you're happy with, yeah, warmth is pretty much changes the color temperature. I like my pictures to be a little bit on the cooler side. Once you're okay, you can hit the check mark and then go to tools. And we're gonna do something that I really like, which is selective, the selective tool, which basically you can choose specific points within your photo to edit. You have the cross mark where you can just basically tap anywhere. And once you have selected this point, you can just increase the brightness and you can see what it's doing here. You can copy, you can delete this, or reset it. I'm gonna copy it and paste it, and as you can see, it's sort of like paste it again. Oops, I don't like what just happened here. I can basically delete that point. And sort of like you're being much more selective. You can go up to 8 points, similarly to Photoshop as to Lightroom. When it's red, it shows you where the effect is applied. If you tap, it shows you the before and after. If you want to be too selective, let's just say the lattice is pretty dark. I want to kind of like increase the brightness or maybe decrease the brightness. It really depends on your photo. I like it where it is now. Maybe I can increase the saturation of the green or decrease it. That's also up to you. I think I like where it is right now. Structure is to add a little bit of more detail to it. And so maybe again you're just seeing where you can hit before and after. I kind of like maybe want to change the cabbage, the color of the cabbage, increase the contrast, maybe the saturation, and you can be as selective as to up to 8 point within the photos. I'm just going over different sections. Once you're okay, you can hit X, and then we're going to go to a brush tool. A brush tool is we have the dodge and burn, exposure, temperature, and saturation. Once it's with the positive, it's dodging. If it's negative, it is burning. And if you don't like something, you can basically just hit to the point where it says eraser and erase that effect. I'm playing around with the exposure. I'm just dodge some areas and increase the saturation just a tiny bit. Maybe it was too much. You can just kind of tap again and just remove the saturation. Give it just like a 5% once you're okay. You can go to details, and the details you can just basically increase. As you can see here, it just adds to the details and sharpens the photo, kind of like where it is right now. And then you can just view those edits, and you can see all of these edits that you've applied. You can copy them, you can edit, go in and edit again and change, you can copy it, and then you can insert it to another picture if you have similar pictures from the same series. Then you go to export. I would rather do save a copy, and now it's applying all these edits and it's saving a copy onto your phone. Now you have this photo within the 5 minutes.